Being at a numbers disadvantage has always been thought of as a wild advantage for the offensive team, but is it? Boston Celtics assistant Jay Larranaga recently did a podcast, which I'll link below, in which he stated that in offensive transition, having a numbers disadvantage resulted in scoring more often than having a numbers advantage. So 4 against 5 or 3 against 4, etc. is more likely to result in the offense scoring than the defense getting a stop. Interesting, right? This could occur for a multitude of reasons, but I believe it is really simple. A player put in a situation in which they are at a disadvantage is much more likely to fully lock in and try to compete for a stop. Also, the offensive team tends to overplay, as we see in this clip where LaMelo and Miles are just throwing it back and forth, where it would have been a whole lot better for the offense if LaMelo had just thrown it to Hayward for 3. The thing is, on defense, you are often playing at a disadvantage. It has become easier and easier for offensive teams to create advantages, and players continue to get better and better at exploiting these. So, if you improve how you play and understand disadvantage situations, you will become an elite defender. Let's discuss this clip first. The Hornets are swinging it around, trying to get into their pre-pick action, setting a screen on Oubre, who is sitting in the gap to gain an advantage. Draymond high switches onto Rozier, leaving Bridges open on the roll. Looney moves to tag as he is the closest to the roller, as Biz is sitting in the dunker spot, instead of Wiggins, who was guarding Hayward. If Wiggins were to tag instead of Looney, and Looney were to stay home on Bismack, it would create the world's easiest pass for Bridges. Here we see a clip from the Jazz, where the corner player tags, leaving Bojan wide open. Note that the Jazz, however, are playing 5 out, and do not have someone in the dunker spot. But the point remains that this is a really simple read and really easy to execute. Wiggins of course still rotates over, but not as the primary help defender. However, on the pass, Bismack ends up being wide open, so Wiggins must fully commit to the help. Also note on the weak side that Steph is now sprinting over to cover Hayward, who Wiggins was originally defending. The Warriors have now completely covered all players, and there is now 0 advantages gained from the pick and roll. Another key skill for disadvantaged defense is wall-ups. Draymond ends up being the lowest player on the weak side here due to Oubre being stuck on the pin, so he rotates over to help. The key to a perfect wall-up is timing the jump with the offensive player. You don't want to jump too early or too late. Instead, your goal is to jump at the same time. During your wall-up, it is important to stay vertical, meaning you want to jump up and down, not at the offensive player, as this would be a foul. But one key thing you can still do is pressure the ball. Whilst vertical, you are still allowed to move your arms, and a key technique is to mirror the basketball with your arm that is extended. Note how Draymond's arm here is continuously moving with the basketball, ready to block or contest. This extra pressure forces PJ to hang in the air just a little bit longer and release on the way down, also having to release at an awkward angle, resulting in the miss. The next key skill is the tie-up. As a weak side defender, your job is to remain active and ready to help, but not to fully commit until there is a catch. Meaning you do not want to fully commit to a player until they actually have the basketball. Watch how Looney is ready to help, but as soon as PJ gets the catch, that's when he commits. As soon as the roller catches the basketball, they are often not ready to move the ball away from reaching hands or make a kick out, making it the perfect time to reach and tie up. Looney here committing on the catch, tying up PJ, and forcing the jump ball. On the sideline out of bounds, Looney and Draymond time the tie-up perfectly. Draymond forces Rozier into Looney, as well as forcing Rozier to dribble the ball low, which causes Rozier to mishandle, making the tie-up so much easier. The final important factor is remaining ready. Watch Paschall here. Number 1, he is constantly moving in and out of the paint to avoid a 3-second violation. And number 2, he's always surveying the floor. He's ready to commit on a catch if he needs to. Playing at a disadvantage is common in basketball. This is due to how much better offense has become and how easy it actually is to gain an advantage. Therefore, mastering the ability to play at a disadvantage is such a vital skill for all players to learn. If you enjoyed today's shorter video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. If you prefer shorter content, please let me know in the comments. Thought I would try something different today. Also, check out this video where I break down Brooklyn's defense and discuss, is it as bad as people think? Thank you guys, I hope to see you in that one.